In this practice, you will record an action macro that creates a layer, creates a circle on that layer, and then creates an array from that circle. You will then play the macro in a new drawing to create the objects automatically. Finally, you will edit the macro to remove the display of the Layer Properties Manager, add a user message, and request user input. Create a new drawing using the AutoCAD template. In the Manage tab, Action Recorder panel, click Record to start recording an action macro. Open the Layer Properties Manager. Create a new layer called Circles. Change its color to red. Set the layer circles to be the active layer. Close the Layer Properties Manager. Draw a circle at 0, 0 with a radius of 1. Enter dash array at the command line and press enter. You will use the command line version of the array command so that the array dialog box is not opened when the macro is played back. Select rectangular as the type of array. Enter 2 for the number of rows. Enter 3 for the number of columns. Enter 4 for the distance between rows. Enter 4 for the distance between columns. Enter Z at the command line to start the zoom command. Enter E to zoom extent. In the Action Recorder panel, click Stop to stop the recording. The Action Macro dialog box opens. In the Action Macro command name field, enter Circle Array. In the description field, enter Create an array of circles and click OK to save the file. Create a new drawing using AutoCAD template. Ensure that Circle Array is selected in the Action Recorder panel. In the Manage tab, Action Recorder panel, click Preferences to open the Action Recorder Preferences dialog box. Select Expand on Playback to display the Action Tree panel. Click OK. Click Play to start the macro. The Action Macro Playback Complete dialog box opens. Click Close. The layer circle and array are created exactly as they were when recording the macro. The Layer Properties Manager remains open because it was opened during the creation of the macro. The action tree is displayed and remains open. Close the Layer Properties Manager. Scroll in the action tree and note the list of recorded actions for the circle array. Select Layer, the first action in the list. Right-click and select Delete to remove this action from the macro. This action was the command that opened the Layer Properties Manager, which is not required. In the Action macro, Confirm Deletion of Action Node dialog box, click Delete. In the action tree, select Circle Array, right-click, and select Insert User Message. In the Insert User Message dialog box, enter "This macro creates a layer, a circle, and then an array of the circle," and click OK. A user message node is added to the action tree. Scroll down to the array node. Right-click on the 2 and select Pause for User Input. The icon for this node changes to indicate that the user is to be prompted for information at this point in the macro. Repeat the previous steps for nodes 3, 4, and 4.0000 for the array command. This enables the user to control the number of rows and columns and the distance for the array. Click Pinned to unpin the Action Recorder panel. Create a new drawing using the AutoCAD template. Verify that the Circle Array macro is selected in the Action Recorder panel and click Play. Read the User Message dialog box and click Close. This is the message you inserted when editing the macro. Enter 3 for the number of rows. Enter 3 for the number of columns. Enter 6 for the distance between rows. Enter 6 for the distance between columns. If the Action Macro Playback Complete dialog box opens, click Close. Close all files without saving changes.